The rain fell harder as Marcus knelt down on the wet pavement and looked into the young woman's eyes. She sat there in her wheelchair at the empty bus stop, shivering in that thin red dress that clung to her from the downpour. Her backpack lay beside her, soaked through just like everything else. It was past midnight, and Marcus had just finished his double shift at the warehouse. His muscles ached, and all he wanted was to get home to his small apartment, where his 12-year-old daughter Emma was waiting. But he couldn't just walk past this girl. Nobody should be out here alone, like this, especially not in her condition. "Miss," he said gently, "are you all right?" She looked up at him with eyes that held more pain than any 20-something should carry. Her blonde hair was plastered to her face, and she was trembling. "I'm fine," she whispered, but her voice cracked. The last bus never came. Marcus glanced down the empty street. He knew these buses stopped running at 11. She must have been sitting here for over an hour. "Where do you need to go?" She looked away, and that's when Marcus saw it. The shame in her eyes. The way her hands gripped the arms of her wheelchair. "I don't actually know," she admitted. "I had a place, but they said I couldn't stay anymore because I couldn't pay rent." Marcus felt something twist in his chest. He thought about Emma safe and warm at home. He thought about how the world could be so cruel to people who were already struggling. "Come with me," he heard himself say. She looked at him with suspicion and fear. "I'm not trying anything," Marcus said quickly. "I have a daughter home who's probably worried sick about me being this late, and I can't leave you out here in this rain." He could see her weighing her options. Trust a stranger or stay here in the cold rain with nowhere to go. Finally, she nodded. Marcus grabbed her backpack and started pushing her wheelchair down the street toward his apartment building 6 blocks away. They didn't talk much on that walk. The rain continued to fall, and Marcus's work boots splashed through puddles. When they finally reached his building, he realized with a sinking feeling that there was no elevator and he lived on the 3rd floor. "I can try to crawl up," she offered quietly, and Marcus heard the humiliation in her voice. "Absolutely not," he said. He was 47 years old, and his back wasn't what it used to be, but he'd figure it out. He folded up her wheelchair and carried it up first. Then he came back down, and before she could protest, he carefully lifted her in his arms. She weighed almost nothing. As he climbed those stairs one careful step at a time, she started crying softly. "I'm sorry," she whispered. "I'm so sorry you have to do this." "Hush now," Marcus said. "We all need help sometimes, and there's no shame in that." Emma was still awake when they got inside. Her eyes went wide when she saw her father carrying a stranger. "Dad, what happened?" "Emma, this is..." Marcus realized he didn't even know her name. "Lily," the young woman said softly. "Lily needed help," Marcus explained as he gently set her on their worn couch. "She's going to stay with us tonight." Emma, who had always been wise beyond her years, simply nodded and went to get towels. Over the next hour, Marcus and Emma helped Lily get dry and warm. Emma made tea while Marcus brought up the wheelchair. They gave Lily some of Emma's clothes to sleep in and made up the couch with their spare blankets. "Why are you being so nice to me?" Lily asked as Emma handed her the tea. "You don't even know me." Marcus sat down in his old armchair. 3 years ago, my wife Sarah died," he said, "and for months after Emma and I barely survived because I was drowning in grief and couldn't work much and people helped us." He paused, remembering those dark days. "Our neighbor, Mrs. Chin, brought us meals every single day, and my boss let me take time off without firing me, and Sarah's sister helped with Emma even though she lived 2 hours away." Emma came and sat on the arm of his chair. "We learned that kindness isn't about deserving," she added. "It's about being human." Lily's eyes filled with tears again. "I was in a car accident 18 months ago," she said quietly. "My boyfriend was driving drunk, and I told him not to, but he did anyway, and we crashed." She looked down at her legs. "He walked away fine, and I didn't, and then he left me at the hospital, and I haven't seen him since." Marcus felt anger rise in his chest, but he kept his voice calm. "That must have been incredibly hard. My parents said I should have known better than to get in the car with him." Lily continued. "They said it was my own fault. So they wouldn't help me, and I've been trying to make it on my own. But everything is so expensive, and nobody wants to hire someone in a wheelchair." She wiped her eyes. I've been staying in shelters and cheap rooms, and today was a day I finally ran out of money completely. The three of them sat in silence for a moment. Outside, the rain had stopped, and the city sounds drifted up through the window. "You can stay here for a while," Marcus said. Lily looked up sharply. "I can't ask you to do that." "You're not asking and I'm offering, and there's a difference," Marcus replied. "We don't have much, but we have a couch and food, and you need time to figure things out." That night became a week, then a month, then 3 months. Lily started helping Emma with her homework and cooking meals when Marcus worked late. Marcus helped Lily apply for disability benefits and took her to appointments. Emma taught Lily how to play guitar on the old acoustic that had belonged to her mother. Slowly, Lily began to smile again. She got approved for benefits and started taking online classes. She even got a part-time remote job doing customer service. One evening, Marcus came home to find Lily and Emma laughing in the kitchen over a pot of pasta they'd apparently made too much of. "We're having a feast," Emma announced. As they sat around their small table eating dinner, Marcus realized something. His apartment felt like a home again, not because of the things in it, but because of the people. "I've been looking at accessible apartments," Lily said quietly. "I should be able to afford a place next month with my job and benefits." Emma's face fell. "Do you have to go?" Lily reached across the table and squeezed her hand. "You and your dad gave me my life back," she said, "but I need to learn to stand on my own, even if it's not literally." She smiled at her own joke. Marcus nodded understanding. "You'll always have a place here, though," he said. "Always." When Lily finally moved out 6 weeks later, all three of them cried. But they had dinner together every Sunday after that. And when Emma graduated high school 4 years later, Lily was there cheering louder than anyone. And when Lily got married 2 years after that to a kind physical therapist she met at her clinic, Marcus walked her down the aisle. Because sometimes kindness on a rainy night creates a family. And sometimes the people we help end up saving us too. If this story touched your heart, please share, and subscribe for more stories about the connections that make life meaningful. And don't forget to leave a comment about a time when someone's kindness changed your life. Retry Claude can make mistakes. Please double-check responses.